Good evening, Aaron here. How you doing, guys? It's our second test run. This one is going to be a live one on YouTube, and I hope that some people are watching. I don't know, I hope so. And then we were supposed to do one of my workshops. Unfortunately, I hurt my leg and I barely can walk, so we will do one here at home, at my house. I'm going to do a presentation on a dish that I do usually for breakfast. It's a North African dish. And as I start showing you the dish, I'll discuss with you a little bit more why we're doing it. I'm doing it as a member of the club. I'm doing it because of coronavirus. I'm doing it because our guys decided that we must go do something for the club. So first of all, excuse me, I'm not a speaker, so I'm not used to speaking in front of TVs and stuff like that. So let me tell you what we're going to do. I'll start with the food, and then as we get further, I'll explain what I will need from you guys to do for us as a committee members. It will help us to make a decision. Are we going to go on YouTube? Are we going to do on Facebook? Are we going to do, what are we going to do? And let's take it from there. I see that Leon is here. I see that Des is here. Hi guys, I see you here. Let's start doing the dish. It's a North African dish. Came from Morocco or Tunisia. It's a breakfast brunch dish. It's based on eggs and vegetables. And it's halal, it's kosher, it's also for vegetarian, not for vegans, but also for vegetarians. So, first you have to, I'm frying eggs at the moment. I'm frying the tomatoes, and I'm frying the tomatoes, and I'm frying the onions, and I'm frying the chilies. What you need for this dish is, that's the ingredient you need for this dish. Write it down. You'll find it later when we put it on YouTube. When it will be on YouTube, you will be able to copy it again. Now, I'm already frying the eggs. Not the eggs, sorry. I'm frying the tomatoes. Totally confused. Sorry. I'm frying the onions, the garlic, and the chilies. You don't have to put chilies. And I'm frying them till translucent, and I didn't want to do it as we're starting the show, because then what will happen will be that I will ask you to look at grass growing, and that will take time. So now what I'm doing is that all the spices that I put over there, I mix them before in advance, and I put them together in the pan. So why do I put them? The reason why I put the spices in the pan with the garlic and with the onions and with the chilies and with the olive oil, very simple. When you heat olive oil and you fry the spices, you get out all the essence out of the spices, and they smell much better. As you can smell the spices, you know that they've been opened already. They're ready for the next step. And the next step will be to put in the tomatoes. It's from a can and a half of cup of water. Now you're asking probably why you put in water, because if I put only the tomatoes and I let them cook, they will cook too quickly and they will get to the texture that I want, the pasty texture that I want, too fast, and then they will not absorb all the flavors of the spices. This way they'll absorb all the flavors of the spices, and we will be able to get a better flavor out of it. Now the only thing to do is to let it run, and we'll go here. Hi Chris, how you doing? I see you. So, why are we doing it? Most of our members of the club are not young people anymore. And we are worried that if we're going to open the club to meetings and to functions, we will be in trouble. But doing nothing is also not a solution. Maybe in the nearest future we will be opening the club for turning and for what we used to do every Wednesday. Depends on how it's going to go with the coronavirus, with the COVID-19. But to have the meetings together and the presentations, it's not going to happen very soon. It will take time. And you, our club members, are important to us, important too. And we miss you all. So what we're going to do is we just need to know what are we going to do. And we need here, and at this stage we need your advice. We need your input. You don't have to give us the input today. You can send us an email. You can put your input on our how you call it, Facebook. You can send an email to Chris. There is plenty ways to get in touch with us and tell us what you feel, what you want. How do you see the future with you and the club? What can the committee members do better to help and get you involved in it? Chris on Saturday made a run through his workshop. It was brilliant. Now we know his workshop. I was supposed to do the same thing. Unfortunately, I hurt my foot. I can stand, but I can't walk so well. So I'm sorry. You'll have to get something else. We need from your feedback, because if you're working in vacuum, it creates a problem. We don't know what to do. We also new with it. So do we do a proper presentation like I'm doing now with 2 or 3 cameras and YouTube live, or we do a Facebook, or we do both of them, or everybody can do whatever he wants to do. 1 second. Cheers. So good when you're privileged being at home and having a glass of wine. Don't have to worry about driving from the club later. So we can do presentations. We can have a kit put together, and we'll do presentation other places, other members. If you are taking care and you sanitize and you have a mask, and you can have your domestic working for you. So probably you are able to meet 1 or 2 people. I go to work. I'm a fortunate one, and I can go to work, and I've got a place to go to. A lot of people don't. So what we need to do is to find a way to start communicate, to improve our communication with our members. If you have something to say in the meantime, you can say it. I see some of you guys remarking. I will leave in the end a time for questions and answers, a Q&A. Just be aware that I think that there is a delay of about between 45 to 65 seconds between what I say and when you see it on your side. Who is here online? Chris, Rolf, keep your eye on the omelette, on the eggs, so it doesn't burn. Cheers, Rolf. To you too. So that's the whole idea behind. If you like people doing special recipes, why not? You know, we more than being a wood turning club, I learned with the years, and not a lot of years with the club. I'm only 2 years with the club. I learned that it's not only the wood turning, it's the friendship, it's the together. It's like unbelievable. You know, you feel like a part of a nice group, and everybody at our club is a hell of a nice guy. It's a nice group of people, and I love going to the club, and I love meeting the people, and I love speaking to the people. And actually, I'll be very honest, I miss you guys. I miss all of you. I miss seeing you. I miss talking to you, and it's pity because it's so nice when you meet the guys on Wednesday, and then once a month you meet them again at the end of the third week function. You get everybody together, so it's nice. So let's try to do it with what we can on the internet, and let's try to do it together. Let me think that this one moved a little bit. Yeah. Let's go and have a look what's happening. Yeah, you see it's boiling. Now what we need to do is, it will take another 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes what will happen is the tomato will get a little bit more pasty, will get a little bit more body, and then we'll put the eggs inside. And then we put the eggs, we'll allow the eggs to go, the white to penetrate the tomatoes and the chilies and everything like that. And as they will penetrate it, we will cover it, and the steam will cook the eggs on top. This dish is called shakshuka. It's a mouthful. The Moroccans they're doing it also sometimes for lunch, and they put meatballs inside also. The Tunisians are doing it a lot. Let me tell you, some time ago, I'm talking about 5 years ago, I was invited to a barbecue competition in Tallahassee in the USA, and that's where I managed to get my certificate as barbecue judge, American barbecue judge. So we went to Tallahassee, and I told the guys, listen, I'm coming from South Africa. I can't bring meat with me. And they said, don't worry, you don't need to bring meat. So I arrived to Tallahassee, I rented a car, I go to Tallahassee. It's in the middle of nowhere. Really, 1 second. It was on a farm, one of the members' farm, and they had over there, I'm not joking, at least 20 smokers, but each smoker looks like a Toyota Corolla size. They came with the RV, smokers behind it. I wasn't sure what's bigger, the RV or the smoker. And we parked in the area that the farmer, the owner of the place, already had piles of wood, like mountains of wood. And it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we ate from 9 o'clock in the morning meat till maybe 12 o'clock at night. And in one of the mornings I said, Hannah, I can't just eat, not put nothing. So I ran into town and I bought all the ingredients that I showed you here, and I made a breakfast for 30 people, or shakshuka. I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning and I started preparing it, and I made it hot, because I know those guys like it hot. And I mean chili hot. I stole from one of the guys this ghost pepper powder, and I put it inside, and you won't believe it. For a year, almost a year, I used to get requests on private messages. I don't know what I done with my recipe. Can you send me the recipe? I had the recipe ready just to send, and I put on our forum. I put the recipe. It was a success over there. Maybe because they like the word shakshuka. So going back. Now, let me change again. What we're going to do now is, I've got 4 eggs that I cracked them in advance. And you can see the white marks, that's the white of the egg going underneath, and observing the flavors of the shakshuka, of the tomatoes and the garlic and the spices and everything like that. In about few minutes, 2-3 minutes, we will take and we will put the lid on top. It will help doing quicker the eggs. Gordon, you won't believe it. I'm so sorry that there is no smell-visia, because the smell here is unbelievable. Let me see if I can move slightly this one to the side and open this one a little bit more. 1 second. I'm just trying to open the, okay. Brilliant, now I can see much better. Rolf, I think that you won't go wrong with it. I promise you, you won't go wrong with it. Any questions, guys? I can put this thing so you can see that I'm ready for questions. Time for Q&A. Okay. Let me see. You're right, guys. It's one of the things that draws me, and I think draws a lot of other people to the club, is the type of people we have at the club. And they're not selfish, and they help, and they don't keep an idea to themselves. And if you need help, they will help you. I really think that I'm a wood turner today as I am because the guys from the club helped me. Because the guys from the club done their best and they showed me and helped me to work. Especially, you know, I don't think he's here, so I can speak about him. But I don't see Colin here. But as much as he's a hard, never mind, he's a good teacher. And he puts the basics into you. Maybe he's not the easiest guy, but man, I'm thankful to him for being in where I am at the moment. It sounds like I'm getting a prize, like the Oscar. No, but really, Colin, thank you. You helped me. I was in a bad space. I was after a heart attack and everything, and you helped me with the club. Thank you. And a lot of other people, so Johnny and Chris and all the people that welcomed me at the beginning. You know, Mervyn. Where is he, by the way? I don't see him here. Hey, my chairman is running around. I'll have to send him to detention, to sit in a corner somewhere. What do you think, Chris? We'll send him to a corner. Yeah, 1 second. You said that. Yo, Yorkie, 1 second. Guys, say hello. Say hello to Pitsy. She's my Yorkie. Oh, she's an old lady. She's 13 and she's full of beans. Yeah, a tall corner, you're 100% right. Now, you'll see the white one is already spreading. So what we do is, we'll cover it for 2 minutes. By the way, guys, this thing needs good bread. And you know who's doing good bread? Hannah. The lady from our club. Have a look at her Facebook. She's baking bread, rye bread. I don't eat bread anymore because I'm painting, but she is really cooking with bread. It's unreal how good it is. You can dream of the challah or the rye bread and dip it into the yolk of this shakshuka. Question, do you guys hear me properly? Do you see me properly? For some reason or another, my YouTube, I can't see the live. Maybe I'm missing something. Ah, here it is. Now I can see also what. So, how do you, no, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Brilliant. Hi, Peter. Glad that you joined us. Unfortunately, you lost the main dish. Peter, who keeps you quiet? Nobody's allowed to keep you quiet, Peter. Des, set the day. I'll make another one. No problem. Maybe at one of those big meetings that we're going to have in the end of the year, or one of those, or one of the days that we decide to do something at the club in the morning, we'll do one. It's not a problem. But it's easy. It's an easy recipe. You can surprise your wife with a breakfast. You don't have to put the chilies in. And you don't have to put those ingredients in. Those are North African ingredients. You can put your own ingredients. The idea is the tomatoes, the garlic, and the eggs. The rest of the spices, it's for you to decide. I know people put inside pieces of bacon. Of course, it's not kosher then, and it's not halal, but it's tasty. I know people doing it they put cream cheese on top. There is a lot of way to do it. Basically, by the end of the day, what we need is, we need your advice, we need your guidance, we need what road would you like us, the community, to take, so we can keep in touch, and you will get the value of being a member of the club. I think that's basically why we're doing this test run, and why Chris done it. I done it. I know that people are they do their workshop and they want to edit it. It's not a problem. We can help you also edit if you don't want to do it live, you can do it. You can just edit to Facebook, or you can edit to YouTube. If you edit to YouTube, we will put a link to it in Facebook. If you add it in Facebook, there is a way to copy it and put it on YouTube. We need to, as much as possible. So please, guys, speak to us, speak to Chris, send him a few words, send him advice, and let him, and that's how it's going to look like. Guys, voila, it's ready. Shakshuka, North African, Tunisia, Morocco, very popular in Israel. That's actually now we're going to the fridge. Tomorrow morning warm it up and we have breakfast. Chris, you're 100% right. They can tell us, they can advise us which medium is easier for them. I know that a lot of people are not members. For you to see a video on YouTube, you just go YouTube, you don't have to register anywhere, you don't have to put your name or anything like that. Facebook, it's easier medium, but you have to be registered and you have to have a Facebook on your name, and or Facebook on your wife's name, or you have to get into somebody's Facebook and then you dial into the club's Facebook. I don't know. That's why we need your help. I think that I had enough to say. Is there anything else that you guys want me to do or to explain? Please type it down. Yes, Peter, your question is if I can use my cell phone. Yes. At the moment what I'm doing is, I'll be very honest, I've got I'm using my laptop, and I've got two webcams connected to my laptop. I'm using a software that's called OBS to broadcast into YouTube. It's a free software. It's easier to work with it. But that's if you want to use a few cameras, like I'm doing. I've got a camera on me, then I add another camera on the eggs or whatever I want to show. Then I can, like here, I can edit the recipe. I can put the camera on the side and watch it, and I can play with it. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's what I told our chairman, that we can create a kit that we can move with this kit around and set it up and do a live show. It's not a problem. It's not expensive. The software is for free, and you need two webcams, and that's all. Thanks, Les. Thank you. It's easy. No, Chris, not Auburn Sherry. I wish. It's just a good 2003 Shiraz. Wildekranz. Wildekranz 2003 Shiraz. I think we had a half an hour presentation. If there is no other questions, I want to wish all of you a good night, a safe one. Good night.